Hi, this is Kim Watson for Easy Trader speaking on Thursday the 7th of November. Okay, lots of key news events coming out in the next hour or two. In fact, next hour and a half actually. So let's just run through what we've got coming out. We've got at 12 o'clock, which is less of an expectation of a move, is the Bank of England official bank rate and statements. But more importantly, 12:45, we've got the minimum bid rate coming out for Europe, which the ECB may, there's thoughts that it might start changing things as early as this month. So we could see a bit of volatility around 12:45. But then 1:30, we've got the US GDP figure coming out around about the same time as the ECB press conference starts. So it could be a bit of fireworks around about that time. And then, of course, tomorrow at 1:30, we've got the non-farm payrolls. So really key news events coming out in the short term. So what's the possible scenarios here? Well, it's really difficult to try and second guess what may happen. It really depends on what's happened or what doesn't happen, and then what's said, and also what comes out in terms of GDP figures. So lots of unknowns. Technically, there is a chance that we're in a sort of a bear flag situation in this daily pattern. We could break lower on the euro, and if we were to see the depth of this channel run out, we could run right the way down towards the S3 at about 130.73, 131 area. So, which would probably be a lot more comfortable for the eurozone members. Of course, with the news, it is such an unknown in terms of what may go on. If the US GDP figure were to come out badly, initially we may see a rally in the euro, and then when Draghi starts speaking, we could see the euro coming back down again and maybe weakening even further. So it really depends on the situation. If what actually happens there. If the US GDP is rubbish, well, good rather, we could see the euro come down. Draghi may speak a bit higher than expected and be less dovish, and we could see the other way around. So it's all ifs and buts. Very difficult to trade. But what it will give us, most likely after today and tomorrow, is maybe a bit of trend leading into the following week, which is often a slightly quieter week in the markets, but it may give us some trend. So, as I say, news, a really key thing here. Cables outside of this, apart from its own base rate, but we've already had quite a lot of forward guidance on that. So pure technically here, we're in this sort of channel, badly drawn channel I may add, and in the next day or so we could, I mean, as I say, if the rates are really bad, the GDP is really poor in the US, we could easily see the cable heading up for the double tops again, or make a triple top. Likewise, if it came out particularly good, we could see a triple bottom and maybe a breakdown. Whichever way this breaks eventually, we could easily see the depth of that channel either down to the downside or to the upside there as we move through the next few days or early next week. At the moment, though, pure technically, it's the way it's just hanging in here. To me, it's possibly, taking news events out of the way, it looks weakish to me in terms of this overall pattern at the moment. But we could end up in just further consolidation. That's the worry. I'd like to see some clear definition. Let's have a look at the dollar yen. And this is really, really put on a strange old daily end of day pattern, if you like, from what we can see here. Let's just put the some lines on here, and it's really sitting in a wedge type pattern. It's probably just as well over there. You can see the actual wedge we're in. We're in quite a tight range wedge sort of shape pattern here. If you draw it a slightly different way between this high and this low here, where we've already broken to the upside of that, certainly the Japanese would like to see it weaken further. The direction of the before this move was to the upside, so with this sort of pattern, the possibility is for further upside of the dollar yen, also for weakening of the yen, which would move it back above the 100 area and start taking out these prior highs here, or heading towards these prior highs as targets. Okay, that's just about it on the summary here. As I say, the news is coming out next hour or two. If you've missed that, well, of course, you'll see what the technicals are doing, and you still get a bit of a picture in terms of this wedge, for example. We could measure the wedge, and it will give us a target. As I say, it really is probably beyond these highs here. If it breaks to the upside or downside, it would be maybe heading back to the lows that we saw way back in June. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great week. Kevin will no doubt Charlie will be back tomorrow with some live trading. Have a great one. Bye for now.